All right, let's talk about Taylor Sheridan. You know, the mind behind the whole Yellowstone universe. Well, he's got a brand new series hitting Paramount Plus. It's called The Madison. And today, we are going to break down everything, and I mean everything, you need to know about this show. Okay, so let's just dive right in and get the biggest question out of the way first. Is this another Yellowstone spinoff? I mean, it's a Western, it's set in Montana, but the answer is a hard no. This show is standing completely on its own 2 feet. And you can really see the difference right here. You know, Yellowstone is all about power, right? It's corporate battles, it's bloody fights, it's basically mafia business on a ranch. But The Madison, it flips the script entirely. This one is all about people. We're trading those backroom deals for a much more personal story about family, about healing, and about growth. It's a whole new ballgame for the Sheridan-verse. So what's the story? Well, The Madison is what you'd call a prestige drama, and it's set in the absolutely beautiful Madison River Valley in Montana. It's all about the Clyburn family. They get hit with this awful tragedy, this terrible loss, and they decide to just pack up their entire lives in New York City and start over on a ranch. The whole idea is that all that open space might help them sort through their grief. And, you know, this being a Taylor Sheridan show, that rugged landscape itself is basically going to become a character in their journey. Okay, so let's actually meet this family, the ones at the heart of this whole emotional roller coaster. Yeah, forget the Duttons for a minute. It's time to get to know the Clyburns. So, holding things together, or at least trying to, are the matriarchs, Stacy and her husband Preston. They're dealing with their own pain, but they've also got their 2 very different adult daughters to worry about. First, there's Abigail. She's the older one, fresh out of a divorce, and she's trying to raise her 2 kids through all this. And then you have Paige, the younger daughter, who is, well, she's a spoiled New Yorker, and let's just say she's not too pumped about swapping her life in Manhattan for, manure in Montana.
Now, one thing Taylor Sheridan is famous for is getting Hollywood's biggest names to join his projects. And let me tell you, The Madison is no exception. Seriously, this cast list is just, wow. It's stacked.
Leading the whole thing is the absolute legend, Michelle Pfeiffer. She's playing Stacy, the matriarch, and she's just perfect for this, right? She has this amazing way of showing both incredible strength and deep vulnerability at the same time, which is pretty much exactly what you need for a grieving mother trying to carve out a new future for her family. And playing her husband, Preston? Another icon, Kurt Russell. Now, he's obviously no stranger to the modern Western, but seeing him in this more grounded, supportive role, that promises something really different from him. And honestly, the on-screen chemistry between him and Pfeiffer, that's something everybody is dying to see. And get this, making a very, very welcome return to TV is Matthew Fox. I know so many fans have been waiting to see him sink his teeth into a big role like this again. He's playing Preston's younger brother, Paul, which tells you he's probably going to be a huge part of the family's drama and their history. And then there's this casting choice, which just makes you go, wait, what? Will Arnett has a reoccurring role as Dr. Phil Yorn, who's Stacy's therapist. Now, we all know him for his comedy, which means we're either going to see a radically different, serious performance from him, or his character is going to bring this really unique, maybe even darkly funny energy to some pretty heavy stuff. I can't wait to see which it is. The rest of the family is filled out with some really great actors, too. The daughters, Abigail and Paige, are played by Bo Garrett and Elle Chapman. And Patrick J. Adams is playing Paige's husband, who's a stockbroker. You can just imagine he's not going to have the easiest time adjusting to life on the ranch. Okay, so now let's peek behind the curtain for a minute, because how this show is made is actually pretty unique, and it tells us a lot about what we're going to see on screen. So here's the deal. Taylor Sheridan himself is the one and only credited writer for all 6 episodes of the first season. This isn't a show made by a committee in a writer's room. Nope, it's one singular focused vision, and that is a total hallmark of his work. And that same focused approach applies to the directing, too. The entire season had just one director, Christina Alexandra Voras. Now, she's a veteran of Yellowstone in 1883, so she knows this world inside and out. It's a brilliant move that guarantees a really consistent look and feel across every single episode. The production team also got pretty clever with their filming locations. So, all those stunning, wide-open ranch scenes? Yep, filmed on location in Montana, the real deal. But the scenes set back in New York City, they were actually shot in and around Dallas and Fort Worth, Texas. It's a smart little bit of movie magic to keep the whole production more centralized. Okay, so I'm guessing you're ready to watch by now. So here are the details you need to know about how and when the show is coming out. So the first season is a really tight 6 episodes. The first 3 are going to drop all at once on Paramount Plus on March 14th. Then the final 3 episodes will land just 1 week later. It's definitely a binge-friendly way to release a powerful, self-contained story. But wait, here's the biggest shocker of all. This is the ultimate vote of confidence from the network. Season 2 hasn't just been greenlit, it's already been filmed. Yep, it was shot way back in September of 2025 and is apparently just sitting there in the can, ready to go. Paramount is clearly betting big on this show.
So when you look at it all, a powerhouse A-list cast, a story focused on healing instead of building an empire, and a network that's already all in on a second season, The Madison has all the right ingredients to be another massive hit. Which really just leaves us with one final question to think about. Is this deeply personal family story destined to become Taylor Sheridan's next great television empire? I guess we'll all start to find out on March 14th.